What if we told you the rarest animals on Earth are still out there, hiding in plain sight? From ghost white giraffes and jet black deer to snakes that shimmer like rainbows and birds split clean down the middle. Half male, half female. These creatures aren't fantasy. They're real. And they've all been caught on camera. Get ready to witness nature's strangest miracles, because these are the rare animals you were never meant to see. Let's kick things off with one of the most breathtaking birds on the planet, the blue and gold macaw. Already known for its vibrant colors, there's an even rarer version that almost doesn't look real. Thanks to a silver mutation, some of these macaws develop soft, pale blue and white feathers. It's a rare genetic twist that turns a beautiful bird into something out of a fairy tale. Speaking of fairy tales, what if someone actually filmed a unicorn? That's what one person claims. Despite the shaky video, the animal they captured on camera doesn't look like a horse. Its shape, movement, and distant silhouette had people wondering, could this really be the first recorded sighting of a unicorn? Now, let's move to something much smaller, the albino hedgehog. With its snowy white fur and glowing red eyes, this little creature looks like it belongs in a fantasy world. While albino hedgehogs are more common in captivity, spotting one in the wild is incredibly rare. Thankfully, their nocturnal habits help them stay safe despite their bright appearance. From prickly to playful, this Doberman may look like someone spilled bleach on it, but what you're seeing is vitiligo, a rare condition that causes parts of the skin and fur to lose their pigment. While vitiligo is more common in humans, it can also affect dogs, though it's extremely uncommon, especially in breeds like this. Now, let's head to the skies for a surprise. This isn't a seagull, it's a white raven. And no, it's not albino.
That's not a seagull.
This bird has leucism, which affects only the color of its feathers. Its eyes, beak, and body remain normal, unlike albino animals. White ravens are rare, striking, and totally fascinating. Back on the ground in Adelaide Hills, Australia, we meet a white kangaroo living in a conservation park. Although it looks peaceful among its peers, life in the wild would be much tougher. Albino kangaroos are at higher risk of sunburn, skin cancer, and predators, simply because they stand out so much. Now, into the darkness, where we find one of the most mysterious mammals out there, the albino bat. Out of more than 1,300 species of bats, only about 4% show signs of albinism. Their pale skin is extremely sensitive to sunlight, so these bats have to stay deep in the shadows to survive. High in the mountains of Tanzania, where a rare sight recently stunned wildlife watchers, a melanistic serval. These elegant wild cats usually have golden fur with black spots, but this one was completely black. Caused by a recessive gene, this rare coloration helps it absorb heat more efficiently at high altitudes. Only 5 of these have ever been seen in the wild across East Africa. Next, to something smaller but just as rare, a white red panda. Already an endangered species, red pandas have lost about 40% of their population in the last 2 decades. This albino red panda, with its snowy fur and red eyes, is even more special. Only a handful of them are believed to exist worldwide. In India, something bizarre was discovered in the wild: a two-headed snake. This condition is extremely rare, occurring in just 0.1% of births. What makes it so fascinating is that both heads are fully functional, meaning they each have a brain and sometimes try to control the body in different directions. Now to the water, where in Goa, a private aquarium rescued a completely white turtle. Turtles already face challenges surviving in the ocean, but albino turtles have it even harder. Their pale color makes them highly visible to predators, so for one to make it this far is nothing short of a miracle. Jumping to China, back in April 2019, scientists spotted a never-before-seen creature at a nature reserve, the only known albino giant panda. Since then, this incredible animal has been carefully observed, and it's thriving. It's even been seen socializing normally with other pandas, proving just how adaptable it is. In Louisiana, in July 2023, a group out fishing near the coast saw something unbelievable surface from the water: a pink dolphin. Also known as the Amazon River dolphin, these gentle creatures are becoming increasingly rare due to pollution from mining activity. They are now considered vulnerable in many regions. One of the most mesmerizing sights in the bird world is the appearance of a completely white hummingbird. True albino hummingbirds are so rare that only a few have ever been seen in the wild. Their bright feathers make them vulnerable to predators, which might explain why no albino hummingbird has ever been spotted more than once. Tucked away in the Tanga Zoo in Australia lives the only known pair of Barton's long-beaked echidnas in captivity in the Southern Hemisphere. These egg-laying mammals are incredibly elusive and are listed as endangered. Since they're strictly nocturnal, even zookeepers rarely see them moving around. Just catching a glimpse of one is a rare treat. In Alberta, Canada, where in May 2024, a driver had an unforgettable encounter: a snow-white moose crossing the road right in front of him. The moose's bright white coat is caused by albinism, and seeing one this close in the wild is nothing short of miraculous. These animals are incredibly rare, and many people go their whole lives without ever spotting one. Now meet Alba, the only known albino orangutan in the world. Rescued from captivity in 2017, she was rehabilitated and released back into the wild in 2019. Despite the risks that come with her pale color, like easier visibility to predators, Alba is now thriving in her natural habitat, living freely among the trees. Speaking of incredible wildlife returns, let's talk about the Bermuda petrel, the national bird of Bermuda. Thought to be extinct for over 300 years, this species made a stunning comeback when 18 nesting pairs were discovered in 1951. Today, they're known as one of the rare Lazarus species, animals that vanished and were later found alive. Now let's go deep underwater to Oshima, Japan, where researchers captured footage of a creature that hasn't changed in over 80 million years: the frilled shark. This bizarre-looking shark is a distant cousin of great whites and hammerheads, and it's been gliding through the ocean's depths since the age of the dinosaurs. Moving from the ocean to the skies, this may look like your average cardinal, but look again. This bird displays a rare condition called bilateral gynandromorphism, meaning one side of its body is male and the other is female. It's split right down the middle, something that happens in birds, butterflies, and a few other species, but is extremely rare to witness in the wild. In Arkansas, at the Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge, lives a golden tabby tiger, an ultra-rare big cat with a creamy orange coat and pale stripes. This rare coloration is caused by a recessive gene and only occurs in captive tigers. With only about 30 golden tabby tigers in the world, it's a true privilege to see one up close. Now here's something spiky but special, an albino echidna, also known as an Aida. With its white skin, pink beak, red eyes, and even white spines, this little creature looks like it stepped out of a dream. Albino echidnas are extraordinarily rare, and only a handful have ever been documented in the wild. From white to bright, we head now to Indonesia's Sunda Islands, where the blue pit viper slithers through the trees. Covered in vivid blue scales and featuring piercing red eyes, this subspecies of green pit viper is found only on select islands like Komodo. Unlike many colorful reptiles, these snakes stay blue their entire lives, making them one of nature's most stunning venomous creatures. Something straight out of a fantasy novel. In September 2017, conservationists in Kenya came across something astonishing: a pair of white giraffes. While they may look albino, these giraffes actually have a genetic condition called leucism, which reduces pigmentation in the skin, but keeps the eyes and other features normal. Their ghost-like appearance makes them incredibly rare and unforgettable. Now, meet one of the most adorable and endangered primates in the world, the golden monkey. In May 2021, one of these social and expressive animals went viral online. But beyond its charm, only about 2,000 golden monkeys remain in the wild, making every sighting extra special and a reminder of the importance of conservation. Next up, a snake that shocked the public in 2014. The San Diego Zoo rescued and displayed a white cobra, a venomous snake that, like the white giraffes, owes its color to leucism. Instead of its usual earthy tones, this cobra's pale, almost glowing body made headlines and turned it into a crowd favorite. Back in Kenya, this time in 2019, photographers at the Masai Mara National Reserve were amazed to find a zebra foal unlike any other. Instead of the usual black and white stripes, this young zebra had a dark brown coat covered in white polka dots. Some say it's a rare case of pseudomelanism, while others believe it's a completely unique genetic mutation. On the other side of the world in India, a lodge manager near a tiger reserve captured stunning photos of a black leopard in the wild. Sometimes called a melanistic leopard, its dark coat gives it an edge and stealth, but it also makes the animal incredibly rare. With habitat loss and hunting pushing them toward extinction, sightings like this are becoming less and less common. In January 2023, divers off the west coast of Japan had an unforgettable underwater moment. They came face to face with a giant squid measuring 2.5 meters long. While these mysterious, deep-sea creatures occasionally wash up on Japanese shores, actually seeing one alive in its natural habitat is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Let's shrink things down with a tiny species most people have never heard of: the Honduran white bat. Found in only a few countries like Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and western Panama, these little bats have bright white fur, a feature seen in only 6 out of over 1,300 bat species. They live under leaves, building tents out of plants, and eat only one specific type of fig. Strange, rare, and incredibly cute. In South Carolina, where in July 2023, a group of hikers had an unexpected encounter with one of North America's rarest snakes, the rainbow snake.
Unusual and beautiful snakes in North America. It's got beautiful.
These elusive reptiles are mostly aquatic, spending most of their time in or near water, which makes them incredibly difficult to spot in the wild. With bold red and yellow stripes running along their sleek black bodies, rainbow snakes are just as stunning as they are rare. Now here's something you don't see every day: a white-tailed deer, but with a twist. Instead of the usual brown coat, this deer's entire back is jet black.
Hey, girl. Hi, mamas. Hi, girl.
This color variation is due to melanism, a genetic trait that results in excess dark pigmentation. While these dark-colored deer are rare overall, your best chance of spotting one is in southern Texas, where they've been seen living peacefully alongside typical white-tailed deer. And last but not least, let's head into the world of reptiles, specifically ball pythons. What you're seeing is a collection of some of the rarest morphs ever bred. These include the bumblebee, butter, and vanilla acid ball pythons. While they may look wildly different, they all belong to the same species. The variations in color and pattern are the result of selective breeding. Though snakes aren't known for affection, unlike dogs or cats, they're still a favorite among reptile enthusiasts for their calm and curious nature.